Hi everybody, welcome back to Crochet with April. I'm April and today I'm doing the spooky Halloween tag video. So originally today I was taping a tutorial on how to make a pumpkin when I got to the very boring part of a tutorial where it's just repetitive row after row after row, and so it was, pause the video here and meet me back when you're done, and then I have to of course complete that section. And so I thought, well, I'm gonna go and find some YouTube videos to watch while I'm crocheting, and I came across these spooky Halloween tag videos, and I thought that they were interesting. So I thought, well, while I'm doing this boring section of crochet, I'm going to film this video. But as it turns out, I can't crochet and talk at the same time. I've tried multiple times and I keep having to redo it, so now I'm just going to set it aside and do this video. So what it consists of is 30 questions, spooky questions or creepy questions about me. And it is 30 questions, so I'm going to try to keep my answers brief so as to not make the video too long. So I'm just going to dive right in. So first question, favorite horror or Halloween themed song? I Googled this question just because I really off the top of my head could not think of any except for the ones that I saw other people answer, which to me kind of feels like cheating. Monster Mash would be the first one that comes to mind, but I don't really care for that song, so I guess I don't have a favorite. Name something you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or in an abandoned building. Spiders. I definitely hate spiders. I'm terrified of spiders. I'm sorry, I think my cat is running up and down the stairs behind me. If you see something, it's not a ghost, it's just a cat. So spiders, definitely. Have you ever played with a Ouija board? No, I have not. I do believe in ghosts very strongly. It's not even a believe. I know that they're real. If you don't, that's fine. We're all entitled to what we believe, but I very firmly believe in them, so no, I do not play with a Ouija board of any kind. Favorite horror, monster, or villain? I'm gonna say Carrie, just because I feel sorry for her. I don't really have a favorite monster in the movies. The creepiest thing that's ever happened to me happened while you were alone. This happened to me this morning. So I was sleeping. I was not alone. My husband was next to me, but he was sleeping, so I was sort of alone. And I had a nightmare this morning. So I had a dream that I was walking my daughter out to the bus. It's dark outside currently at that time of morning, so I dreamed that we had stepped outside onto the deck, and we had just stepped off of the deck, and I looked out towards the forest behind my house, and there were eyes, like sets of eyes, dozens of sets of eyes all across the backwoods behind my house watching us. Now they weren't like glowing eyes, like ghostly, but they were glowing eyes, like as if a light were reflecting off of a wild animal eyes. And so immediately I tell my daughter, go back up the deck and go into the house. And I start, as she passes me, I start slowly backing up the deck to come back toward the house. And all of a sudden these eyes start like rushing at me, like super fast. And I woke up terrified. Not terrified, but it startled me awake. Anyway, so I lay there for a few minutes, kind of getting my bearings and thinking about my dream. And then I looked over at the clock and it was 5:58. So I thought, oh, I might as well get up because I got to get up right away anyway. I get up at 6:15. So I got up and I came out into the living room, and my daughter was sitting on the sofa, just sitting there. So I looked at her and I said to her, Abby, what are you doing up so early? And she's like, I had a bad dream. And I said, oh no, what did you dream about? And she said that she had a dream that her and I were going outside to go to the bus in the morning, and some monsters came running out of the woods to chase us, and we ran back into the house. So we basically had the same dream. Like, how weird is that? I thought that was really creepy. So I was spooked when she told me that. It creeped me out. I didn't tell her I had the same dream because that would have really spooked her. She's only 6. Fast forward about 5-10 minutes, I make a pot of coffee, and then I go to let my cats outside. So I go outside with them, standing on the back deck, and the 2 cats, my adult cats, I have a smaller one as well, but the 2 adult cats are out on the deck. and they're just kind of, you know, minding their own business out there. And then all of a sudden at the same time, both of them go running over to like the back deck toward the forest, and they're looking out at the forest. And then the mother cat, the eldest of the two, starts growling, and I mean really growling, enough so that I was like, oh, okay, this is weird. So I backed up and came into the house. My cats, they're very used to wildlife out here. We have turkey, we have deer, we have bears, we have skunk, other cats. We just have wildlife all over the place out here, and I have never seen her growl at an animal ever, except for her grandson. That's the only animal. But yeah, she started growling, and it creeped me out. It creeped me out so much that I came into the house and I immediately went and woke up my husband and had to tell him what had just happened to us, because it was a very strange thing. So anyway, that was this morning. And when I was watching KS Moms do this video and she came across this question, I was like, oh, I have to do this video just so I can tell that very creepy story, because I don't know, I found it creepy. Anyway, moving on. So I'm inserting this here. I'm not even sure where it's going to be in the video, just because I forgot to mention it in the video. So when I get to the portion where I'm talking about creepy things that have happened to me, I've had so many things happen to me. I mean, more things than you could possibly imagine happen to me that are creepy. So if you're interested in hearing creepy stories from me between now and Halloween, I know it's a crochet channel, but it's Halloween. So if you're interested, let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will maybe do a mini series through the month of October where I tell you some of the creepy things that have happened to me involving ghost hunting. Also, my time living in a haunted house as a child, and then much later in life as an adult in that same haunted house. And also just some other things that have happened, like when I chased the man with the bat, that sort of thing. So I'm inserting this somewhere in the video. I'm not really sure where, but yeah, if you're interested, leave a comment. And back to the video now. Number 6, if you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it? Yes, 100% I would. As I said, I ghost hunt on the side. Any opportunity I get to ghost hunt, I do it. I unfortunately don't get a lot of opportunities because I'm very busy. But yeah, I would love to spend the night in a haunted house. I grew up in a haunted house. I'm just talking to the believers right now. If you're a non-believer, you can just fast forward through this part. But I grew up in a haunted house, and not grew up, but spent a good portion of my childhood in a haunted house. And then much later in life, long after my parents moved out of that house, it came up on the market, and my ex-husband and I bought that house, and because it was haunted, and I love that house. So yes, I would definitely spend the night in a haunted house. So much so I actually bought one. Are you superstitious? I would not have considered myself to be superstitious, but I guess it would have been about several years ago, 7 or 8 years ago. I was booking a flight. I was booking a vacation, and I was on the phone with the agent for probably close to 45 minutes. And during that time, she had mentioned multiple times, she would say, so you're going to be leaving on July 13th at 1 in the afternoon, and a little while later she was like, so when you arrive, you'll be arriving on Friday at about 6 p.m. Moving forward. And then we get to the end of the phone call, and she says, okay, so just to confirm, you're going to be leaving Friday the 13th at 1 p.m. And I went, what? And then I was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. And she's like, what? And I said to her, I said, yeah, I'm not flying on Friday the 13th. And she's like, oh, come on now. And I said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not flying on Friday the 13th. So we had to literally go right back to the drawing board and rebook the entire thing for Saturday the 14th at 1 a.m. because I refused to fly on Friday the 13th. For the most part, I just err on the side of caution, but don't tempt fate, right? So yeah, I guess I'm a little superstitious. Do you ever see figures in your peripheral vision? I have seen figures in my peripheral vision. One of the ones that comes to mind is a fisherman, or at least I think he was a fisherman. He was dressed in like the yellow rain hat and a yellow raincoat. I was, again, flying somewhere, And I was actually driving from here to North Dakota, and then we fly from North Dakota to where I was vacationing, just because it's cheaper to fly within the US. So during our drive there, we stopped at some town anyway in Canada to go get a Tim Hortons, and I was standing at the counter ordering my coffee, and some guy literally leaned over my shoulder, like while I'm entering into the pin pad. He's like leaning over my shoulder, like he's, you know, trying to see what, and I was like, excuse me, and there was nobody there. And I very clearly, in my peripheral, saw him dressed in like a yellow raincoat, a big yellow rain hat. Now fast forward maybe a couple of hours, we're at the airport in North Dakota, and I'm at the gift store just purchasing like a couple of junk food things for the flight. And again, I was up at the counter and I was getting ready to pay, and just as I went to enter my number into the keypad, same thing, all in yellow, leaned right over my shoulder, and I startled. And then when that happened the second time, I called over my friend. I was like, oh my God, and I freaked out. So yes, I have seen things in my peripheral. Number 10, do you prefer gore or thrillers? I don't really watch a whole lot in the way of scary movies. They don't scare me. It's just not my thing. I do like The Walking Dead, so I'm gonna say gore. Easy answer, I guess. Do you believe in multiple dimensions or worlds? No, not really. It's not that I don't believe in them. I've just never really seen anything that makes me think that they exist. Hey, Mickey. No. Sorry. Grandson is attacking his grandmother. Mickey. Yeah, so no, I've never really seen anything to make me think that there was. So it's not that I don't necessarily believe in it. I've just never had a reason to believe in it. Ever made a potion of any sort? Not real potions, but I do make potions with my daughter in Magic Cauldron. So that was yeah, I make potions in a Magic Cauldron with my daughter. That's a toy, by the way. I'm not a witch. I don't really make potions, but I made a stuffed animal in a Magic Cauldron. Do you get scared easily? No, not really. Spiders scare me, but no, not really. Have you ever played Bloody Mary? I never even heard of Bloody Mary until I was an adult, so no, I've never played it. By the time I heard of what Bloody Mary was, I was smart enough not to ever play it, so no, I don't play Bloody Mary. Do you believe in demons and the devil? No, I don't. Some people may find that surprising because I believe in ghosts, but because I believe in ghosts, I don't believe in demons or the devil. I think that ghosts are people, and I think that just like people, some are good, some are bad, but not the devil or demons. No. Oh my goodness, sorry. Now I look like the crazy cat lady. Yes, we have 3 cats. You're home alone, but you hear footsteps in your house. What do you do? I would like to think that I would just hide and call 911, but I have had that happen to me in the past, and I chased after him with a bat. So the smart person would hide and call 911, but I tend to react before I think. So yeah, but be smart. Hide and call 911 if you ever hear anybody in your house. If you got trapped in one scary movie, which would you choose? I think The Bird Box, just because I'm a big Sandra Bullock fan. If you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would it be? So I think this is a trick question, because do they mean one Halloween costume 365 days a year for the rest of your life, or do they mean one Halloween costume every Halloween for the rest of your life? So if it's every Halloween, I would definitely want to be the blue bonnet, because I've always wanted a blue bonnet costume. You know, like the Butter Girl, big hoop skirt, little umbrella, bonnet. That's what I would want to be every Halloween for the rest of my life. Someday I'm going to have a blue bonnet costume. But if it's 365 days a year, then probably a koala bear or a panda bear onesie, something really comfortable. Number 19, already. Would you ever go to a graveyard at night? Yes, I would. I'm not proud of that because I do think it's disrespectful to wander around graveyards at night. But for the sake of ghost hunting, I definitely would love to do that. In a zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice? A sword. I'd like to kill at a distance, be as far away as possible. Flamethrower would be really fun, but they don't really help much against zombies, so a sword. Would you rather go to a Halloween party or go trick-or-treating? I would definitely rather go trick-or-treating. I don't much like groups, like gatherings of people. I've never really liked social stuff like that, so trick-or-treating. I love trick-or-treating. My eldest child is 30, my youngest is 6, and so I've been trick-or-treating many times, and I absolutely love it. I love trick-or-treating. It's my favorite time of year besides Christmas, so trick-or-treating. And in my area, when we go trick-or-treating, the kids get candy and the parents get shots. So shots, not shot. So I like trick-or-treating. My cat, you know, I don't even see these cats all day. I start recording and all 3 of them are like right here. Okay, you're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, or the smart one, or the killer? I would like to think that I'm the smart one, but I overthink everything. So I think that I would probably spend so much time overthinking it, kind of like I'm doing with this question, that I would think it to death and get dead. So probably the first to die because I was overthinking everything. So yeah, that's my answer, first to die. Do you have to watch something happy after watching a horror movie so you can go to sleep? No. Every single night I watch ghost stories or true crime stories, literally to fall asleep. I put my earbuds in, I watch them. When my eyes get tired, I just close my eyes and go to sleep. So no, they don't bother me at all. I definitely don't need to watch something happy before I go to sleep. Maybe that's why I had a nightmare this morning. I don't know. But whilst watching scary movies, are you the person who yells at the characters, the person with their eyes covered the whole time, or the person who falls asleep? I am definitely the person who yells at the characters the whole time. I do it all the time, not just in scary movies, in every movie. I talk to the TV like it's a camera. So yeah, I definitely yell at the people in the movie. Are you the one who gets scared or the one who does the scaring? You know, I used to be the one who did the scaring. I used to startle people all the time and I never meant to. But now I notice that as I get a little bit older, I definitely get jumpier. Every single time, my poor son, every time he's in the kitchen, he's like up all night and sleeps all day. And every night when I go into the kitchen for anything, he's standing there in the kitchen, and every night I jump out of my skin, and every night he says to me, I don't know why you jump, you know I'm gonna be here, but I jump every single time I walk in the kitchen and he's standing there. So I would say, yeah, I probably scare more easily now than I do scaring people. Your favorite scary book? So I don't really read scary books. The only scary book I have ever read that I can recall is Cujo, and I would have been in grade 6 or 7, and I took it out of the library. I thought it was a book about a dog, and I didn't realize it was like a scary movie or scary book. So I read it, and it didn't really scare me, but it's just the only one that I ever recall reading is Cujo. 27 already, holy. How old were you when you saw your first horror movie? So I would have been between the ages of 5 and 7, just based on where we were living at the time. I remember where we were living when I saw it. So I would have been between 5 and 7. My mom was a huge horror movie, horror book, everything fan. And in my house, it was, you know, Sundays the kids got to watch the TV because Disney was on, but the rest of the week you watched whatever your parents were watching if you wanted to watch TV. So I saw a lot of horror movies as a child. Maybe that's why they don't scare me really today. But yeah, the first one was When a Stranger Calls. I still like that movie. I'm not a really big scary movie person, but I do love that movie. It's a good movie. What's your first Halloween costume? I don't know what my first Halloween costume was, but the first one that I remember was a hobo. I remember wearing like my dad's dress shirt, dirty, like my mom dirtied it up, and it went like right down to my feet. I would have been probably 4 or 5 at the time, and it went like right down to my feet. And then, you know, the stick, you put the stick on your shoulder with the pillowcase hanging from the stick full of stuff, like the classic old hobo. Yeah, that was my first Halloween costume. My mom had 5 kids. We didn't have a whole lot of money. She needed to be creative. What are you going to be for Halloween this year? I'm not sure if I'm going to dress up this year or not. I do enjoy dressing up for Halloween. I do like partaking in the season. When we go trick-or-treating with my little one, I usually wear like a pumpkin head or a witch's hat or something like that. I don't really get all geared up for trick-or-treating, but I like to wear costumes at work, but I don't know what I will be, if anything. This year I haven't really thought about it. It's only the 3rd, so I have some time. And last question already. If you could have a spooky Halloween pet, black cat, owl, bat, rat, wolf, what would you pick? Not a black cat, believe it or not. I don't know if you can see my cat up here behind me. We have cats, but I'm not really a cat person. I'm allergic to cats, so we love each other from afar. They get all their loving from everyone else in my house. So not a black cat. A bat is just ew. A rat, no. A wolf is way too high maintenance, so I'm going to go with an owl. I'm going to say an owl because I like owls. I like Hedwig, big Harry Potter fan. So I'm going to say an owl because I think owls are really cool. So yeah, that's it. Who am I going to tag in this video? I'm going to tag, because I mentioned them, the Ghoul Boys, formerly known as BuzzFeed and now known as The Watcher. So that would be Ryan and Shane, and also Steven from the same channel. They're the channel belongs to the 3 of them. So I tagged them in this video, and also I would like to tag Mike from that chapter. He does a lot of true crime stuff. Check him out if you get the chance and you like true crime, because he's kind of funny while he tells his crime stories. So I tag him. I'd like to see him in something other than a true crime video, so this would be kind of fun for him to do. And also anybody who watches this video, if you watch this video, don't wait for your name to be called. Just make the video, because it's fun. It's something to do, and that's it. So if you made it to the end of this very long, or hopefully not too long, video, thank you very much for sticking around and watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It would help out my channel a lot if you did. Hit the big thumbs up on there, and the little bell to notify you when my new videos go up. Also, I am doing a pumpkin tutorial, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and it will be up. It might even be up by the time you see this video. They'll be within a day or so of each other, whichever one I get around to editing first. And that's it. So, like I said, if you stuck around to the end of this video, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye, everybody. Happy Halloween.